Well. Look who's here, guys. It is Kimberly Becker. I'm super excited to have Kimberly. Let me turn down my phone. Super excited to have Kimberly here today. Listen, you guys know who I am. I'm Dr. Barbara Swinney. I'm a life and holistic leadership coach and coach trainer. I am the founder and CEO of Deeper Women Lead Global. I am so excited that we've been able to establish this platform for women in leadership to heal, lead, and leverage their stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. And Kimberly Becker is one of those women in leadership who've learned to heal, lead, and leverage her stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. And she's going to be sharing that on the Deeper Women Speak platform this weekend in just a couple of days, Friday and Saturday, April 28th and 29th at the Westin Atlanta Perimeter Hotel right here in Atlanta. If you have not registered for this conference, you don't want to miss the 20 powerful speakers that will be speaking from that stage. Go to deeperwomenleadglobal.org and register for the event. Kimberly, back in 2018, I published my first book, It's Always Deeper. Didn't want to have just another run-of-the-mill book launch, so I convinced 3 of my other friends in leadership to come and share their stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. And they did. They got on that stage and they shared their stories. And that was the start of Deeper Women Lead Global. Since that time, just a couple of years later, we hosted 8 speakers from the Deeper Women Lead Global platform. And then last year in March, we hosted more than 20 women, I think it was 22 to be exact, from the Deeper Women Lead Global platform. And this weekend, 20 women in leadership will share their powerful voices about life, love, and leadership, teaching you how to heal, lead, and leverage your stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. And Kimberly Becker, woo, is one of those people. The whole purpose of this interview, Kimberly, is to let the people behind the curtain, just give them a sneak peek of what they're going to experience at the conference. Kimberly, I want you to let them know who Kimberly is.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's an honor, to be a part of this whole platform. I am Kimberly Becker. I am the founder and CEO of Move Your Mountain Coaching and Consulting. I am a professional and personal development coach. I'm a leadership practitioner, and I'm actually in the process of writing my first book. So I am super excited about that.
Yeah. She's not just a speaker. She's also about to be an author. Are you ready to release the name of that book, Kimberly?
I am not. Okay. I have been kind of wrestling with that.
Okay. All right. We won't make this the platform.
Okay.
We're going to wait until you are clear and you are sure about what that title is before we release the title. Can you tell us a little bit about what's in the book?
Yeah. So CEO was the founder and CEO of a nonprofit in 2013. And so the book is a combination of my personal experience of not knowing what I was doing as I stepped into leadership and launching and being the founder of a nonprofit that grew and sometimes faster than I was capable of keeping up with. And then also not only my story involved in that, but the leadership skills that I learned through that. And so the book is not just a self-help, but hopefully an opportunity to inspire both men and women who are stepping out into something new. One, for perseverance and to realize you don't have to have it all together, but we learn through the process.
And Kimberly, I think we have a skewed perspective of what having it all together really looks like. Because sometimes what we think is all together really is all a part of the process of growing and developing into who really we already are. I was just talking to Cammie, one of the other speakers, and I said, I kind of feel like that's our whole purpose of being on this earth, is to evolve into who we were before we came to this earth.
Yeah.
So before we get stuck under all of the stuff.
Yeah.
So I know that you've told your story a time or two. Why do you want to tell it from the Deeper Women Speak stage?
Yeah. So as I kind of thought about this, one of the things that I learned was one, I don't think we fully ever arrive, just like we said. And I think we go through a process as we level up, where we have to refine our character, and we have to have the character for the next thing, right? And the next platform. And when I met you, I think about a year to 18 months ago, and I heard your story. And one of the things I thought was, so many times I carried my story almost as something to hide.
Yeah.
And as I heard some of your story, and I have gotten to be a friend of yours and share some things with you over the last year, one of the things I realized was our story is so impactful for other people.
Yes.
And even when, after I decided this is something I wanted to do, I've actually went on a journey the last 18 months.
Wow.
And was in the process of passing the baton, so to say, of the nonprofit that I had started. And something very tragically happened. My assistant director was brutally murdered as the baton was being passed. And so something I wanted to bring to the stage was, when unexpected transition happens and things don't happen the way that we necessarily expect, or our legs are kind of taken out from underneath of us, how do we still lead in that and through that? How do we manage ourselves and grow in the process without throwing in the towel and running away?
I love it. I love it. That's amazing, because sometimes we get stuck in the hurt. We get stuck in, what happened to us, not really realizing that it happened for us. Kimberly, I don't know if I lost you, you're popping back in now. There you go. And Kimberly, you talked about kind of honing some of those leadership skills that you had gotten in corporate or in as a part of your other life to lead yourself as you were going through the strategies or the tragedy that you experienced. What are there any particular leadership skills that you took from your professional life and had to apply them to your personal life?
Yeah. One was realizing that leadership isn't a position or a role. Leadership is an action and it's a skill, and we can implement leadership anywhere at any time. But also through that process, I learned that my identity didn't come from a place. It didn't come from a position or a role.
Absolutely.
And through that process, I didn't have to give up my purpose. I realized that my purpose couldn't be separated from who I was.
That's good.
And so, to be quite honest with you, I feel like I know my identity more than I've ever known it in my whole life, through that process of almost losing myself to find myself.
That's good. That's good. Miles Monroe said, you don't start believing until you really start doubting, until you start doubting all of the stuff that you believed about yourself, and you start asking those questions like, who am I? Why am I here? And all of those questions lead you to who you really are. I believe that the whole healing process is not always necessarily about healing from the hurt. A lot of times it's about healing your identity. Because so much of us, or so much of our identity, is tied to all of the stuff that we attach value to and all of that. And really what hurts is the really hurtful part about it is us having to untether ourselves from the stuff and really realizing that you're not the stuff. You're not the title. You're not the position. You're not the degree. And that can be really hurtful when all of your life you believe that that's what made you.
Yeah. Well, and the freedom of realizing that you're still worthy, right?
Right. Absolutely. That you're still worthy. And you're worthy not because you had all of that stuff.
Right.
You're
Right.
worthy just by the nature of you being born. God created you worthy. You were approved before you came here, or he wouldn't have sent you.
Yeah. And my core values, I always say, is for people to feel seen, heard, and valued. And
Mhm.
through that process, to help them unlock their untapped potential. And little did I know that I was going to walk through a process of unlocking my own untapped potential
Absolutely.
through that loss and that transition.
And I think you said earlier, kind of going through all of this stuff has prepared you for this place. And sometimes we have to develop the character to even stand in this place. And sometimes going through those traumatic events helps us to develop the character we need to really do the thing that we're supposed to do. Because probably before that, you wouldn't have been prepared to help lift somebody else up. I always say all of the stuff that we're going through, the things that we're experiencing, they're usually professional development for the thing that we're supposed to do. It's to get us ready for the thing that we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
listen, Deeper Women, you do not want to miss Kimberly Becker at Deeper Women Speak. If you have not registered for this conference, be sure and go and register for the conference at deeperwomenleadglobal.org. We're kicking off the conference on Friday, April 28th with our Deeper Women Brunch and Learn. Kimberly is going to be presenting, I believe, our evening session. Yes. So you don't want to miss that. We're going to have all types of activities for you. We're having our signature feature sessions in between the brunch and our evening session. You don't want to miss that. The next day, we're having a panel of experts who are going to come up and continue to teach you how to heal, lead, and leverage women. It's time for us to leverage. And that panel is going to help you do that. Kimberly, I'm super excited that we're going to have two speakers speaking on the stage for the very first time. So they're going to stand or sit on the stage and share their stories just in raw form and operate in the courage that it takes to share your story. So I'm super excited about what's going to happen this weekend. Ladies, if you have not registered for Deeper Women Speak, go to deeperwomenleadglobal.org, register for this conference. Be in the place. Don't miss this opportunity to collaborate, to network, and to establish long-lasting relationships. Because in this next season, I believe what has to happen in this earth is going to happen through women, and it's going to happen through women who are locking arms. So, Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you at the speaker's reception on Thursday night. I'm going to hug your neck.
I'm so excited.
2 years almost since I've seen you, since I've shared a stage with you, and I'm so excited to see you again. So until next time, until this weekend, we are signing off. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Ladies, don't forget to sign up for Deeper Women Speak, April 28th and 29th at the Westin Atlanta Perimeter North Hotel. Sign up or register at deeperwomenleadglobal.org. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.